Hello everyone, I am Varun, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, SJB Institute of Technology.
Hello everyone. Continuing our numerical method session, today we will look into a few more interesting problems of interpolation. Okay. Yes, in the first stage we have from the following table. Of course, in our table, marks and number of students is mentioned. Okay. So from this table we can make out 31 students are within the marks range of 0 to 40. 42 students are within the marks range of 40 to 50. 51 students are within the marks range of 50 to 60. 35 is within the range of 60 to 70. And 31 is within the range of 70 to 80. Okay, so looks a little different than the usual problem. And the question is estimate the number of students who obtained the marks below 55 is the first question. Between 40 and 45 is second question. So two different values have been asked here. The moment anybody sees this problem, one may feel like it is not equally distributed because from the second term to the last term, the marks range, the difference is 10 marks, but in the first one, it is 40 marks, right? So, does it mean that it is not with equal interval? Right? And it can't be solved in either backward or forward difference. Not exactly. In fact, it means we are supposed to define a function f of x in such a way that the data representation will turn out to be with equal interval. So for that sake, we will define a function. Let f of x represent the number of students who obtained less than or equal to x marks. Okay. Now x represents the marks and f of x represents the number of students who have scored less than x marks. Okay. So our data, as we know, that within the marks range of 0 to 40, there are 31 students, which can also be written as, of course, x I am taking it as 40. Okay. So below 40, there are 31 students. Getting it? Right? So in the next stage, I have the marks range as 40 to 50. Now, my next point for x is 50. So below 50, the question is, how many students are below 50? If someone says 42, how can we completely ignore this 31? Because even that is below 50. Right? If I say below 50, students who are within the range of 40 to 50 and the students who are within the range of 0 to 40, both must be added as they all come under below 50 range. Okay. So it is 31 plus 42, which is 73. Right. Now for the next range, I will take below 60, and that would obviously be 31 plus 42 plus 51. Right? Which is 124. In the next stage, I will be considering below 70, which will be 31 plus 42 plus 51 plus 35. Okay, which will be 159. And finally, below 80, with the same logic, I am getting that as 190. Right? Is it clear with everyone? We are defining x as the minimum marks, okay, and f of x as student who has scored less than x marks, okay. So for our new table, one can observe that it is with equal interval, right? For that, we are constructing the finite difference table. Okay. So in the first stage, it is always finite difference table. Now our question is, how many have scored below 55? Of course, even this question is also a hint for us while constructing the function, right? Even in the previous, even when we defined f of x, okay, we thought of setting a marks in such a way we will put all the students who have scored below 40, below 50, below 60, or below X marks. Okay. Even in the question, it has been asked like below 55. So our function and question, they are correlating each other, I would say. So if that is the case, yes, in our table, we can make an observation that our new xp is 55. It is equally distributed, first of all, and then xp is 55, and it is near to x naught, which is 40. Okay. So xp is 55 and it lies near x naught, which is 40. Therefore, we need to construct forward difference table. So our finite difference table is now forward difference table, and we are supposed to consider the first elements. Okay. So directly I am taking forward interpolation formula. Okay. In that, p value is xp minus x naught divided by h. So of course xp value is 55 here. Okay. Minus x naught is 40 divided by h value being 10. For our new table, the h value is 10. Okay. Keep that in mind. So 55 minus 40 is 15 divided by 10, which is equal to 1.5. So p value is 1.5. We will substitute that in the forward interpolation formula. After substitution and simplification, okay, the value of f of 55 is 99.8047. Okay. Now, what are we talking about? In this problem, we are finding the number of students who have scored below 55 marks. Right? When that is the case, of course, your yp is equal to f of xp, which is f of 55, which is 99.8047. We are supposed to round it off, okay, which is approximately equal to 100. Right? The reason is, it's about number of students. It can't be 99.8. So we will round it off. Okay. Therefore, number of students scored less than 55 marks is 100. Okay. By forward difference interpolation. Able to understand? Okay. So in the next stage, we have a range of marks between 40 and 45. Okay. So we already know that f of 40, the students scoring below 40 marks is 31. There are 31 students who have scored below 40. Now we want to know how many are within the range of 40 and 45. So can there be a logic like if I find f of 45, I mean the students have scored below 45 marks, if I know that number, if I subtract that number with students who are below 40, then can I say I am getting the range of students in between 40 and 45? Right? With that logic, yes, we will find f of 45, so that f of 45 minus 40 gives us the number of students between 40 and 45. Is it clear? So of course, our target is finding f of 45 now. So our xp value is once again near to x naught, which is 40, Therefore, we are constructing forward difference table itself. And we are considering the same values. Okay, the first values of forward difference table. So in our interpolation formula, the new p-value, of course here xp value is 45 minus x naught value is 40 divided by h value, the same h value is 10. So it is 5 by 10, which is 0.5. Substituting that to the interpolation formula and simplifying. Okay, here it is f of 45, our target, and f of 45 turns out to be 47.86, right? So yp is equal to f of xp is equal to f of 45, which is 47.86. Rounding off, I am getting 48. And the reason for rounding off is it is representing number of students. Okay, it can't be 47.8. So number of students scored less than 45 marks is 48 by forward difference interpolation. Right? So that doesn't end the problem here. Our target is finding the number of students within the range 40 and 45. So in the first stage we have found f of 45. So now f of 45 minus f of 40 is, of course, f of 45 is 48 minus 31 students are below 40. So the difference is 17, right? So the conclusion is number of students scored between 40 and 45 is 17 by forward difference interpolation. So compared to all our previous problems, we were dealing with a little different problem here because it was not an equal distribution table which was given to us. It was a table with range of marks. Okay, so such problems are quite important and same time interesting. Okay, so it becomes our duty to convert it as an equal distribution table in the first stage by defining a suitable function and then proceeding with the applicable interpolation formula, either forward difference or backward difference. Okay, so that's all for this session. Thank you.